My girlfriend erased my late daughter's voice from my phone. The last recording I had of her saying I love you. She said you need to move on. I went silent. Then I checked my cloud backup. It was still there. When I realized she tried to erase the one thing I had left, I knew exactly what I had to do. I do not even know how to start this. I am sitting in my car outside my apartment right now because I cannot bring myself to go inside. My girlfriend is in there, ex-girlfriend, whatever she is now. I need to get this out before I lose my mind completely. My daughter died 2 years ago. She was 7 years old, leukemia. I'm not getting into the details because I will break down right here in this parking lot, but she was my everything. Her name was Emma. Her mom and I split when she was little, but we stayed friends, co-parented just fine. When Emma got sick, we were both there every single day at the hospital. When she died, we were both holding her hands. I had one voice recording on my phone, 38 seconds long. Her saying goodnight to me when I was traveling for work about a month before she got really bad. "Good night, Daddy, I love you, I miss you, sleep tight, do not let the bed bugs bite." Then this giggling at the end. That laugh. God, that laugh was everything. I listened to it maybe once a week. Sometimes more on the really bad days when the grief hit me like a physical weight on my chest. Always alone. Never where anyone could hear me. It was mine. Sacred. The one piece of her voice I had left in this world. I met my girlfriend about 14 months ago. My grief counselor said maybe I should try dating when I felt ready, that isolating myself was not healthy long term. She seemed understanding at first. Said she got it that I would always be Emma's dad first. That grief does not have timelines or expiration dates. That lasted maybe 6 months. It started small like these things always do. You mention Emma a lot. Maybe we could put away some of the photos so the apartment feels less like a shrine. I feel like I am competing with a memory. I should have ended it right then. Should have trusted my gut. But I was lonely and she was there, and part of me wondered if maybe she had a point. Maybe I was stuck. Maybe I needed someone to push me forward. She moved in about 4 months ago. My apartment. I own it outright, bought it years ago when the market was better. She was supposed to start contributing to expenses after she saved up a bit from her paycheck. Never happened. There was always something, car repair, dental work. Her friend needed help with rent. Always something. I let it slide because honestly I did not care about the money. I just wanted someone there when I came home to an empty apartment that still felt empty even with another person in it. Yesterday morning I woke up early for work. Had a site meeting at 7, so my alarm went off at 5:30. She was already awake, which was weird because she usually sleeps until noon on her days off. She was on the couch in the living room with my phone in her hands. "What are you doing?" I asked. She jumped like I had caught her stealing something. "Nothing, just checking the weather, on my phone." Her phone was right next to her on the couch cushion. I could see it from where I stood. I did not think much of it in the moment. Grabbed my phone from her, got ready for work, left. It was a long day. Boss breathing down my neck about a project falling apart. Client changing specifications for the 3rd time. Just wanted to come home and zone out. Got home around 8 last night. She was on the couch watching something on her laptop. I went to the kitchen, made myself a sandwich, tried to decompress from the day. Then I remembered I had wanted to check something on my phone. Went to my Photos app where I keep the recording saved as a video file so it shows up in my camera roll. Gone. Checked recently deleted, not there. Searched my whole phone. Gone. My hands started shaking. That feeling when your body knows something is terribly wrong before your brain catches up. "Did you use my phone today?" I asked her. Kept my voice calm even though my heart was pounding. No, she did not even look up from her screen. "Are you sure?" Why, now she looked at me, that annoyed expression like I was interrupting something important. The recording of Emma is gone. She was quiet for a second. I watched her face and I knew before she even opened her mouth. Then she said it. "Oh yeah, I deleted that, just like that. Casual, like she had tossed out old leftovers from the fridge. You what? I deleted it. You need to move on. You listen to that thing constantly. It is unhealthy. I am trying to help you." I could not speak. My brain just completely stopped working. She kept going like she was explaining something obvious to a child. "I have been so patient with you, really patient. But it has been 2 years. You cannot live in the past forever. We are building a future together and you are obsessed with a recording of a dead kid. Get out." "What? Get out of my apartment. Are you serious? Over this? There are therapists, support groups. You do not need some recording to. Get out. It is almost midnight. Where am I supposed to go? I do not care. Get out. You are being insane. I am trying to help you and you are. I picked up my phone and started dialing. She stared at me. "Who are you calling?" "Police. To report a trespasser in my home." She looked at me like I had grown a second head. Then she grabbed her purse and her jacket and left. Slammed the door so hard that my neighbor knocked about 5 minutes later asking if everything was okay. I told him we were fine, just an argument, sorry for the noise. After she left, I sat on the couch for an hour, maybe longer, just sitting there staring at nothing. Then I remembered something: cloud backup. I have automatic cloud backup that syncs weekly. I checked. It was there. She had only deleted it from my phone, but the backup had preserved it. I have it back. Downloaded it immediately. Saved it to 3 more places. Listened to it and cried harder than I have cried since Emma's funeral. But sitting here in my car right now at 2 in the morning, what I keep thinking about is this. She looked at the last piece of my daughter I have and decided it was inconvenient for her. And I know this is not over. I know she is not going to just disappear quietly. Update 1. It has been about a week and it got messy fast. The night I kicked her out, she went to her best friend's place. I know this because the best friend called me the next morning, 8 in the morning on a Saturday. I was still in bed trying to process everything. "What the hell is wrong with you?" "No hello, just straight into it." "Excuse me." She is devastated. She tried to help you and you threw her out in the middle of the night. She deleted the only recording I have of Emma's voice. On purpose. There was a pause. Then the best friend said, "Well, she said it was an accident." It was not an accident. She told me to my face that I needed to move on, that I was obsessed with a recording of a dead kid. Those were her exact words. She has been dealing with your depression for over a year. She has been nothing but supportive, and you just. She has been living rent-free in my apartment for 4 months while telling me I am too attached to my dead daughter. She can stay devastated for all I care. I hung up, blocked the number. The next day I came home from work and noticed something. The lock on my apartment door had fresh scratches around it, like someone had been trying to pick it or force it. The door was still locked, deadbolt engaged, but the marks were definitely new. I take photos of everything now, documented it all. I called our building security. I am on the condo board, so technically I help manage the building. We have a guy who handles maintenance and security issues. He came up that afternoon, looked at the damage, and changed my locks immediately. Added a better deadbolt too. Then he helped me install a Ring camera pointed at my door. That night she showed up. The Ring camera caught everything, and I was sitting on my couch watching it happen in real time on my phone. She knocked on the door. Normal knock at first. "I know you are home. Open up." I did not move, just watched her on my phone screen. "This is ridiculous. We need to talk. You cannot throw away a year over a stupid recording." I got up and opened the door, but left the chain lock engaged and the screen door closed between us. "Did you try to break in here earlier today?" "I was just getting my things. You do not have a key anymore." "I changed the locks." "You cannot do that. I live here." "No, you do not. You have been staying here as a guest." "There is a legal difference. 4 months. That makes me a tenant. You have to give me 30 days notice. You never paid rent." "Not once. You are not a tenant. You are a guest who overstayed." Her face went red. "You are garbage. You know that. I spent a whole year dealing with your moping and crying and staring at pictures of your dead." I closed the door, locked it, sat back down on the couch. She pounded on it for maybe 10 minutes, screaming things I could not quite make out through the door. Then she left. A few days later, I got a text from a number I did not recognize. Turned out to be her mother. "My daughter told me what you did. Shame on you. She was trying to help you heal and you attacked her for caring." I replied. She deleted the only recording I have of my daughter's voice. On purpose. After living in my apartment rent-free for 4 months. "You want to discuss how that was helping me? I am all ears." Nothing back for an hour. Then another text, this time from my ex directly. "Coming to get my stuff tomorrow afternoon. You better let me in or I am calling the cops. Your stuff will be boxed up outside my door tomorrow afternoon. You are not coming inside. If you try, I am calling the police." "You cannot do that. What if someone steals it? Not my problem. You have 1 hour to pick it up. After that, it is getting donated to Goodwill." "That is illegal." "No, it is not. You do not live here. You are not on any paperwork or lease. I am being generous by boxing it instead of trash bagging it." I spent that evening boxing up her things. There was not much, honestly. Clothes, toiletries, some books, makeup, and hair stuff. She never really unpacked completely, which looking back should have been a sign, like she knew this was temporary from the start. But as I was packing, I kept finding things that bothered me. My things that had been damaged or moved. Emma's baby book was not where I keep it on the bookshelf. I found it shoved under some of my ex's shirts in the back of the closet, like she had been planning to take it. A framed photo of Emma at the beach. The glass was cracked. I do not remember it being cracked before. A blanket Emma used to sleep with, this soft yellow thing with ducks on it, had a dark stain on it now. Looked like red wine. She was not just trying to make me move on. She was erasing Emma piece by piece, and I was too lonely and too tired to notice it happening. The next day her stuff went outside my door at exactly 3 in the afternoon. I watched on the Ring camera as she showed up with her best friend and her mother. They loaded everything into a car. Her mom saw the camera and flipped it off. Real classy. The best friend tried my door handle. I had deadbolted it from inside. My ex just stood there staring directly at the camera. "Hope you are happy," she said, like she was talking to me through the lens. "Hope you die alone with your recordings." They left. I thought maybe that was finally the end of it. It was not even close to the end. Update 2. A couple days after she picked up her stuff, I came home from work to find my apartment door standing open. Not broken, just open. Unlocked from the inside. I called the property manager immediately. He swore that only he has the master key and he definitely did not let anyone in. We checked the building security footage together in his office. There she was. My ex's best friend following another resident through the main entrance around lunchtime, slipped in right behind them before the door closed. She came up to my floor, knocked on my door. And my neighbor, this sweet elderly lady named Mrs. Chen, who I help with groceries sometimes, let her in. The best friend told Mrs. Chen she was my girlfriend and had locked herself out. Could she please let her in? Mrs. Chen has an emergency key to my place. I gave it to her years ago after her husband died in case she ever needed help. Mrs. Chen felt awful after I explained everything. She had no idea. The girl seemed so nice and so worried about being locked out. I went through my apartment carefully. At first nothing seemed missing. Then I went to check the memory boxes. I keep 3 boxes of Emma's things in my closet, clothes she wore, her favorite toys, art projects from school, a birthday card she made me with crayon handprints, small things I could not bring myself to donate or throw away. One entire box was empty. Just completely cleaned out, the stuffed rabbit she slept with every night. Gone, drawings from kindergarten where she was just learning to write her name. Gone, the birthday card with her handprints. Gone, I called the police. They came and took a report, but they were honest with me. Without proof of who took what, it was basically he said, she said. My neighbor let someone in thinking they had permission. Not much they could do unless I had video of the actual theft. I called my ex. No answer, called the best friend. Same, I texted both of them. Return Emma's things or I am filing theft charges. The best friend texted back. Do not know what you are talking about. Security footage shows your friend entering my building. My neighbor let her in under false pretenses. An entire box of my daughter's belongings is missing. Prove it. I have security footage of her entering the building. Not of her taking anything, though. Good luck with that. That was 3 days ago. Then yesterday I found out she had been posting on social media. I do not follow her anymore, but a mutual friend sent me screenshots. Long post about how she tried to help her boyfriend heal from losing his daughter, but he was emotionally abusive and weaponized his grief against her. How when she gently encouraged him to seek therapy instead of obsessing over a recording, he threw her out in the middle of the night with nowhere to go. The comments were mixed. People who actually know me called it out as nonsense. People who did not were sympathetic to her. Her mother posted too. Said her daughter gave a year of her life to a man who could not move past trauma, tried so hard to help him. He repaid her by throwing her out and now harassing her. Some people just cannot be helped. That is when I lost it. I never comment on anything online, but I was done. I commented on both posts. You are right. I could not move past losing Emma. It is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. But here is what you are not saying. You deleted the only recording I had of her voice, on purpose, told me to my face that I needed to move on. You lived rent-free in my apartment for 4 months while criticizing me for keeping photos of my daughter. And yesterday someone you know broke into my apartment and stole a box of her belongings. Security footage shows your best friend entering my building under false pretenses. So yeah, I threw you out and I would do it again. I posted screenshots of our text messages. Her admitting to deleting the recording. Her calling Emma a dead kid. Her demanding to be let back in after I changed the locks. I tagged the best friend. Return my daughter's things within 24 hours or I am pressing charges. It exploded. The comments turned fast. People asking my ex what the hell was wrong with her. How could she delete something like that? How could she steal from a grieving father? Her mom deleted her post within an hour. My ex set her entire profile to private. That was yesterday afternoon. Last night around 11 my Ring camera went off. Someone at my door, the best friend. She was holding a cardboard box. She set it down, knocked once, and basically ran back to the elevator. I waited a few minutes, made sure the hallway was completely empty. Then I opened the door and got the box. Everything was there. The rabbit, the drawings, the birthday card, all of it. Except the rabbit reeked of cigarette smoke now. And one of the drawings, the one of our family holding hands that Emma made in first grade, was torn down the middle. But it was back. This morning I got a text from yet another number I did not know. You got your stuff back. Leave us alone now or we are getting a restraining order against you. I replied, you broke into my home and stole from me. Contact me again and I am the one filing charges. Try me, I blocked the number. Then my ex's mom called from her phone. I did not answer. She left a voicemail. You are a monster. You put my daughter on blast online about something private. Made her look terrible to everyone she knows. All because you cannot let go of the past. I deleted it halfway through listening. Today I went to the courthouse and filed for a restraining order against all three of them. The police said that between the attempted break-in, the actual break-in and theft, and the online harassment campaign, I had enough for a case. The hearing is scheduled for 2 weeks from now. I also changed Mrs. Chen's lock to a smart lock that uses a code instead of a key, sat down with her and explained everything that happened. She felt horrible. I told her it was not her fault at all. My ex is very good at manipulating people. My ex is going to fight the restraining order. Her lawyer already sent a letter saying I am weaponizing the legal system and that she is the real victim here. I do not care anymore. She tried to erase Emma from my life, stole her things, called her a dead kid like she was trash to throw out. I am done. Final update. The restraining order hearing was last week. It went about how I expected, and somehow it was still worse than I imagined. She showed up with her mom and a lawyer. The lawyer looked young and cheap, probably someone she found on Google with a free consultation. The judge reviewed everything I had submitted, the police reports, security footage from my building, statement from Mrs. Chen, all the text messages, screenshots from social media, everything. Her lawyer started by claiming I was harassing his client by posting private conversations online and that the break-in was just a misunderstanding. Her friend was simply retrieving belongings that had been left behind. The judge looked at him. What belongings exactly? Your client moved out with everything several days prior. Correct. The lawyer stumbled a bit. She had forgotten some items. So instead of arranging a time to pick them up with the property owner, she sent someone to gain entry by lying to an elderly neighbor. That is not retrieving belongings. That is trespassing. It was not breaking in. The neighbor opened the door willingly, under completely false pretenses. The neighbor believed she had permission from the resident. She did not. That is still trespassing. The lawyer tried to switch tactics. Your Honor, my client endured emotional abuse for over a year from this man. She was trying to help him grieve in a healthy way. I actually laughed out loud, could not help it. The judge looked at me. Something funny. Sorry, Your Honor. It is just that helping someone grieve by deleting the only recording of their dead child's voice is not therapy. It is just cruel. The judge looked back at the lawyer. Did your client delete this recording? She did, but she was trying to help him move forward. And the items taken from his apartment, the box of his daughter's belongings. The lawyer glanced at my ex. She whispered something to him. Those were returned. After the security footage went public and theft charges were threatened, I added. The judge reviewed the papers again. Ma'am, did you or did you not delete a recording from his phone? My ex spoke up for the first time. Yes, but. And did you tell him he needed to move on? He was obsessed with it. It was unhealthy. I was trying to help by destroying something irreplaceable. It was just a recording. He was using it to wallow in his grief instead of healing. The judge went very quiet for a moment. Then she said, Ma'am, I have reviewed all the evidence here. You lived rent-free in his apartment for months. You destroyed his property. You arranged for someone to trespass and steal items of deep sentimental value. And when he ended the relationship, you launched a public harassment campaign. The temporary restraining order is now permanent. 1 year, no contact whatsoever. Stay 500 feet from him, his residence, and his workplace. Her mom actually stood up. This is insane. She did not do anything wrong. She tried to help a broken man. A bailiff moved toward her. Ma'am, sit down now. My ex started crying. This is not fair. I gave him a whole year. I tried so hard and he is punishing me for caring. The judge said you are being held accountable for your actions. There is a difference. Order granted. Court dismissed. Outside in the parking lot, her mom tried to approach me. The bailiff stopped her. She yelled from across the parking lot, "You are going to regret this. She was the best thing that ever happened to you and you threw her away over a dead kid." I got in my car and left. That was a week ago. Since then, nothing. She is apparently following the order so far. Have not heard from her or her friends or her family. A few people reached out to apologize. Mutual friends who had believed her story at first said they did not know how bad it really was. I appreciated the apology, but I am not interested in keeping those friendships. If they believed her that easily, they did not really know me at all. Mrs. Chen brought me homemade cookies yesterday and apologized again. I told her again that it was not her fault. We had coffee together and I showed her pictures of Emma. She said she had always wanted to ask about the photos she saw when she helped with my mail but thought it would be too painful. I told her I love talking about Emma. She is not a wound I need to hide. She is my daughter. Last night I backed up that voice recording everywhere I could think of. 3 different cloud services. Emailed it to myself. Saved it on a USB drive that I put in my safe deposit box at the bank. Nobody is ever deleting it again. I also went through the things that came back damaged. The torn drawing of our family. I took it to a professional art restorer. They said they can fix it so it looks brand new. It will cost $200, but it will be perfect again. The stuffed rabbit that smelled like smoke. I took it to a professional cleaning service. They cleaned it 3 times. The smell is mostly gone now. It sits on my bookshelf where I can see it every day. I'm not dating. Do not plan to for a long while, maybe ever. Not because I am stuck like she said, but because I am genuinely fine alone. I have friends, I have family, I have my work, I have my memories of Emma, and I have 38 seconds of her voice telling me she loves me. That is enough. Someone asked me if I feel bad about how everything turned out, if maybe I was too harsh. The answer is no. She looked at my grief and decided it was inconvenient. She tried to erase my daughter from my life piece by piece. She could have left at any point like an adult. Could have said this is not working for me and walked away with dignity. Instead, she tried to destroy the one thing I had left of Emma's voice. You do not forgive that. You do not feel guilty about consequences for that. Her family still thinks I am the villain. That I am punishing her for trying to help. They probably always will. I do not care anymore. Emma existed. She was here. She was real and perfect and so deeply loved. And nobody gets to erase that, not for their comfort, not for any reason. The restraining order expires in a year. I doubt she will try to contact me after, but if she does, I will deal with it then. For now, I am good. Better than good, actually. The apartment feels like mine again. Lighter, quieter in a good way. Last week was the anniversary of Emma's diagnosis. I took the day off work. Went to her favorite park where we used to feed the ducks together. Sat by the pond for a long time. Listened to her voice on my phone. "Good night, Daddy. I love you. I miss you. Sleep tight. Do not let the bed bugs bite." That laugh. That perfect, beautiful laugh. Some guy walked past while I was sitting there. Saw me smiling at my phone with tears running down my face. He probably thought I was losing my mind. I did not care. I have my daughter's voice. Nobody can take that from me ever again, and that is all I need.